Yes, isn't it visible, children? Yeah, all the people who can see, just type on yes. It's already 3:10 now. Okay, fine. Okay, come on, children. I do not want to waste any more time. Only 31 students are there. If your friends join, it is good for them. If they do not join, it depends upon them. Okay, so let us look at this. So today I thought of teaching you this verbs, ma'am. Clear? Another part of speech. Clear? So what are these verbs? So these are words. What are verbs? Are words which tell about action and activity. So what we can say, these are action words, or we can say these are doing words. Clear? And they play a very vital role in the part of a sentence. Mark. Clear? And almost every sentence will have a verb in it. Clear? Every sentence will have a verb. It will have a subject, object, and a verb. Clear? So verb is nothing but a doing word. Clear? An activity word. So what we can say, an action, which a verb is a thing which shows an action, an event, or a state. Event is a situation which is going on. A state is a condition. Clear? An action is an activity. Remember this. An action is an activity. An event is a situation. And state is a condition. For example, it is raining. So raining is an event. Clear? The cat is dead. Clear? So dead. The dead is what we can say. It is a state, a condition, and playing is an action. Clear? So these verbs are many types. There are n number of types of verbs. If we read those, we will go mad. We will get confused. Clear? Only thing is this: day by day, little by little, if we take it, we will will be better able to understand the different types of verbs. For your as a different types of verbs which I'll be dealing in your class today. Clear? So these are main verbs which are called as action verbs. Clear? Main verbs are called as action verbs. Then comes helping verbs. Then comes linking verbs. Linking verbs are nothing but the state verbs, which shows the condition, which shows the condition, how it is. Clear? Linking verbs are nothing but the stative verbs, we can say. And then we have transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. So one by one we will go through. Okay. So first we'll work with the main verbs. What are the main verbs? Main verbs are called as the action verbs. This you remember. Okay. Everything which show an action, an activity, or a behavior of a person, all things will come under. It's not only a behavior of a person. It may be an animal. It may be a thing. Clear? Everything, any activity performed by an animal or a person will come under action verbs. All the verbs we have in English grammar are all the action verbs. Most of them will be action verbs and the remaining are linking verbs, helping verbs. Let us move on to the next. What are the examples? Let us see. The sun shines. What is the sun? What is the activity of the sun? The sun shines. The sun is shining. The horse neighs. This is the activity of the horse. What is the horse doing? It is making a sound. Clear? The monkey jumps. Students laugh. Okay, students laugh. Laugh is the what it is. It is an action verb. Clear? Okay. Okay, now let us move on. I hope you have understood what are the action verbs. Okay, jumping, playing, sitting, going, coming, reading, writing, all these things will come under the action verbs. Okay, now move on to the what are the different types of, in main verbs we have regular verbs as well as the irregular verbs. Now, so what are these regular verbs and irregular verbs? We'll see. So in the verbs, actually verbs are divided into three forms now. This form, past participle is not given here. Okay. Here we have three forms. What is that? Base form, past form, and past participle. Clear? Base form is nothing but the present form. And next is the past form, past form. And next one is the past participle form, which is ed form. Past participle is ed. Clear? Present participle is ing. You have to remember those. Clear? Got it now? So what you have to remember, see here, there is one more column which needs to be added. It's before or after? Okay, right. So clear. This I will do it afterwards. I hope you will understand this. Okay, now. So this is first one is base form, that is V1. Past tense is V2 and V3. What will be here? It will be V3. Present past participle. Okay. Yeah, past participle, remember it much. Here, so what will happen? Dance will become danced. Dance, danced, danced in the past participle. Or we can say it is called as V3. What we call it as? V3. Okay. So dance, danced, danced. Jump, jumped, jumped. Laugh, laughed, laughed. Plant, planted, planted. Cry, cried, cried. So here what is happening? In the regular verbs, everything will be ending with ed form. Clear? Past tense and past participle will be both same. Clear? They both will be same. That you have to remember. Okay, now those are called as regular verbs. Now let us move on to irregular verbs. Clear? Irregular verbs will be changing. They will be in three different forms. See here. Three different. Be, was or were, been. Was or were depending upon the subject. Okay. Be also depending upon the subject. But the base form is be. Base form means what? V1. Past tense means V2. Past participle means V3. We have another one which is called as present participle, which is ing form. Clear? Now see here. Begin, began, begun. All the three are different. Next see, bit, bite, bitten. All the three are different. Break, broke, broken. All the three are different. Okay. So these are that's the reason they're called irregular verbs. Now see here in this case what has happened. Each column is different from the other. Clear? Begin is different from began. Began is different from begun. Clear? But when we look at the next one, see bring. What is bring? In bring is different, whereas past tense and past participle are got, brought. Clear? Buy, bought, bought. They both are, so two columns are matching. Catch, caught, caught. There are two columns which are matching. Clear? There's another thing which there will see all the three columns will be same. Put, put, put. Hang, hung, hung. Here two columns are same. Sorry. Here we have to give cut, cut, cut something. Okay, na? So let me make it as cut. Cut. Are you following, students? Cut, cut. Okay, so all the three are same. But in the last two rows, see what are the different? Run, ran, run. The base form and the past participle form matches. Run, ran, run. Come, came, come. So these are the different irregular verbs. Clear? While the most important thing is that you have to by heart the list of the regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs is easy, but we should know what is a regular verb and what is not a regular verb. Clear? What comes under irregular verb? We have to learn by heart that list. If we have learned by heart and that's it, what will happen? It will be easy to do tenses and passive structures. Clear? It will help us in doing tenses as well as passive structures. Okay, now? So learn by heart the list of the verb forms. These are called as verb forms. Verb forms are of three forms. What are those? Base form, past form, and past participle. There is a fourth form also which is called as the ing. That is called as present participle and which is called as be plus ing. Yeah, next time moving on. Let us see now, students. So this is what related to the main verb. Okay, now let us move on to the auxiliary verb. What are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are called as helping verbs. What are they called as? Helping verbs. Clear? Now these auxiliary verbs are two types. What are those? See, auxiliary verbs are called as the heart of a sentence. It is even called as the soul of a sentence because without it, a sentence cannot perform. Almost all the sentence will be having auxiliary verbs. Clear? Uh, so it is considered as the heart of a sentence or a soul of a sentence. So these are of two types. Okay, what are those two types? One is primary verb and the another one is modal auxiliaries. What are those called as? Modal auxiliaries. In the primary verb, we have three forms. What are those? Be form, do form, have form. Clear? So what are those? Am, is, are, was, were. Clear? General do form will include even been and being. Okay, but we are only taking these three into the consideration in the verbs. Clear? Got it? Okay. Now we have do, does, did, doing. Done we will not take. Even been we will not take here, and we will take having. Okay. Oh, there's one. There's nothing wrong with right. Okay. Right, fine. These are be forms. Am, is, are, was, been, being. Here, do, does, did, doing, done. Have, has, had. So what are these? Let us see. Be form, do form, and have form. So be form is related to what? Be. Be means existence. Clear? I am. What we can say? I am. I'm a human being. Clear? I exist as a human being. Clear? Because the subject is I, the be form has changed to am. So I am a human being. I am existing as a human being. Do form. Clear? Do form talks about an activity, the work being done. Clear? An action being is done. Work is being done. Clear? I do. Clear? I do this. Clear? I am doing. Clear? I did. We're talking about an activity being done. Now, have form is possession. What it is, have form is possession. Means belonging, to have. For example, I have two pens. I have one mobile. Like that. So these are called as primary verbs, which are called be form, do form, and have form. So before, what we have to learn is that this is this mark. This is this table. We have to by heart, learn by heart this table. Here, people who are good at English, they can easily do these tables. But people who are not good at English, they need to learn that we have different persons. I, we, you. Clear, singular, plural, all this. So with be form, am has to be written with I in the present case. Be form, was have to be written in the past case. Clear? Be form, are has to be written with plural case first person. Here, be form, were has to be written in the past plural case. First person plural case. Clear? This table you have to listen right now. So with I am, we are, for you, both the singular and plural, it is are only. Clear? But when it comes to the third person, he, she, it becomes is. Clear? Only see the present be form. With I, we have to write am. He, she, it, we have to write is. And for all the remaining, what we will be writing, we will be writing are. A-R-E, A-R-E, A-R-E. Clear? So, am will turn into was in the past form. Are will turn into were. So, this is. So, even is will turn into was for the third person singular. Remember it. Clear? And another say do form means doing. In the do form, what is it? I do, we do, you do. Clear? You plural do. But the thing is, in the singular case, it turns out to be does. This thing you have to remember. Clear? And in the plural case, again, it will be do. Third person plural, it will be do only. This thing you have to remember. See, did past form of do is did in all the cases. Now, have form. Have is in all the cases. All have will go with all the persons except with third person singular. Clear? So, except with third person singular, what we have to use? We have to use has for third person singular. And the past form of have is had. This you have to remember. Clear? So based on that, we have to frame sentence. See, because the subject is we, what are you going to use? Be form are. We can say we are the students of RGKT. Clear? If you want to show the possession form, They have, they, because the subject is they, what we are saying, they have a big mango tree. Anything, what we have to do, we have to remember that we have to write it like this. I have, here, I have, I do. Next, I am. This, we have to remember this, okay? Let us take, let me give you one example. What is that example? Yeah, let's just continue with that only. What it is, with I do, we do. Clear? You do, plural you do. With third person singular, it becomes does. That you have to remember. Clear? That you have to remember. He does, she does, it does. Clear, got it, children? That you remember. And B form am will be with I. I am a student. Clear? I am writing a letter. Clear? Uh, with the plural case, it single first person, it will we are writing a letter. Clear? Uh, so if you have this one thing, what you have to remember is, children, this thing I want you to remember. What is it? For example, if the verb is play. What is the verb is play? With I, what you will write? Play. I play. Clear? Next with we, what you will write? We play. Clear? Got it? Next with you, what you will write? You play. I play, we play, you play. Plural you play, P-L-A-Y. Okay, next. He or she or it. What we have to write? We have to write P-L-A-Y-S. This we have to remember. It plays, he plays, she plays, it plays. Because it is third person, we have to add S there. Okay, this you remember, children. Here, and for plural, what it is? They. Here again, it will be P-L-A-Y only. It may be anything. For example, I jump. Here, I jump, we jump, you jump, he, she, it jumps, they jump. Did you understand, children? Ma'am, didn't shall and will come in B form? No, that is related to models. Clear until no, it will not come in B form. Okay, na? That is related to models. Don't get confused. Do not go into other things. In V2 and V3 are same as V1 and added or ed as suffix. Then it is called irregular. Yeah, very good. How to know whether it is singular or irregular verb? Yes, regular verb only ed will be added, mark. Clear? V2 and V3, what is that? Base form V2 and V3 will be same. Clear? And what we will be adding ed to those.